Oh, it's live.
Hello. Today, the interview will be in English. My guest is Nuri. Hello, Nuri.
Hello, everyone. Sorry, just muted myself.
In Pride Month, we invite you to the 11th interview in June. Nuri, thanks for having you here for interview.
Thank you very much for inviting. This is really a very good opportunity. Thank you, Danta.
Thank you also. Nuri Ulusoy, it's correct when I say that? Ulusoy?
Ulusoy, yes.
Okay.
Let's say that's correct.
Okay. I was born in 1982 in Istanbul, that's in Turkey.
Yes.
He moved to Poland in 2009 following his hard and academic opportunities. Yeah, that's correct.
That is correct. That is very, very correct. 110% correct.
He holds a political science master's degree from the University of Warsaw. Nuri is working with Citi Solutions Center as an operational risk manager, right?
That is correct.
Okay. Nuri
changing the Excel colors, remember.
Okay. Nuri is the founding CEO chair of the Citi Pride Network, Poland. He's working on inclusion and diversity within corporate structures and establishing an intercompany Pride Network in Poland. He loves, and this is really, really nice, he loves cycling despite the fact that he just learned it 6 years ago.
That's correct. That is 110% correct.
Yeah. Should I say something more about you, Nuri?
I think that's in a nutshell. That's the story of me. I mean, there are maybe some more, but that's it. I think it's enough.
Okay. So first question: what was your path to being proud of yourself?
Okay. So I think a moment that I had with one of my high school friends. I mean, that was just like eye-opening. All of my life, I was always just like, in a sense, like I grew up in a diversified environment. To be precise, it's like, as you know, that Turkey is a Muslim country. I raised as a Muslim also, but till the age of 9, is actually my family was the only Muslim family on our building block of flats. So I really grow up with always just like with different cultures. I had just like the people were visiting our Jewish neighbors from different countries. We're always having dinners with them, etc., etc. But towards to the LGBT point, or like the topic, I just really came across with after meeting one of my transgender friends. It's actually when I met with him, he hadn't transitioned yet, but just like after years of losing the connection, and then suddenly I was one day waiting for the bus on a bus stop, and this beautiful lady just like comes to me and starts to speak to me, and I'm just like a bit, I think you made a mistake. I'm not that person. And then just like, actually, she expresses herself, her old identity, and then afterwards we just keep continuing to talking to each other and discussing, and then just like listening what he had to go through, and what has been actually experienced by him. I really felt very incomplete and very, very insecure. I feel very bad. Okay, very, very simple words. So just like that was actually the moment, and going forward from there, this was 15 years ago, maybe even more. I just like I was always been involved into this. When I was living also in Turkey, I was just like working with a couple of NGOs, trying to make it be on the table in the topic, because despite the fact that here we are a bit like the topic is very openly being discussed in a nice, not nicer way, but like back then in Turkey, even right today, maybe just like it's really very difficult to be out, to be able to speak such topics, despite the fact that there is just like a homosexuality is actually like very well known in the history, in a sense. So, but yeah, that was the moment actually I opened my eyes and I said that, okay, I mean, as a person, I am diverse, right? I'm inclusive, but like, why only one perspective? And I should be working on this. Just I should be making sure that just like she would be as comfortable as I am when I'm out. So that would be my answer.
Okay. And the second question, what does connect you with the LGBT plus community?
I think it's just like my answer to the first question is giving it, because again, look, love is love. It's just like simple as it is. I mean, if I love you, I mean, like, what is the problem with other people? So that's it. So just like we should be. Everybody has to be having the right to express their feelings, because we are all human beings. We are not robots, correct? Everybody has feelings, and to be loved, to love someone are very basic feeling. So this is what is connecting. I mean, just like from the day one till to the day zero, I will be always working on this, because if I'm able to hold hands of my wife, why you are not able to hold the hand of your husband, your partner, your girlfriend, your boyfriend? This is just like something very simple. This is not looking for, I don't know, bigger property, to look for just like some power, some ruling capacity. There's nothing like, just like I wanted to put the picture of my boyfriend on my desk. I wanted to put the picture of my husband on my desk when I'm working, or when I'm in an office building, just like in the kitchen, when I'm talking with my friend. I shouldn't be trying to hide, just like, oh, I was spending my time with my girlfriend, but I'm a girl, so just shouldn't be. These are very, very basic things. So why we cannot establish it? And this is what I'm trying to do. It's just like at my own area. So trying to be always going out and just telling it. This is normal. I mean, I decided, or like I have the how to say, like the feelings towards to the opposite sex. You have the feelings toward the same sex. That's it. I mean, for me, Danuta is Danuta. I mean, like, just like I also don't care about just like what I mean. I care about what you feel, obviously, but just like this is what makes you. Why I have to just like try to put you in a box on this, or just like you have to be with a male because you're a woman? No, if you love, you love. So this is how I've been connected also. Sorry, I got a bit emotional on this, just because I'm just like really sometimes getting really very, very picky on that.
Okay, we got 2 comments. First, Kira Shara write, "Hi there, Nuri," and Dorota Orzeł.
Hi, Dorota. Hi. It's all good.
If you got some question to Nuri, you can just comment here. We wait for that. And the second, and the next question: what do you do for the LGBT community?
Okay, so I mean, I wanted to be what I'm trying to do is, first of all, like maybe like throughout the network that I'm right now co-chairing it in my organization, is we're trying to make the topic to be known, because that is also what I experienced also when I just like came to Poland. despite the fact that again, like a very strong group is here, just like very strong non-governmental organizations like yours, like we have KPH, we have Miłość nie kłóca, the love doesn't differ, or Rodzica, many transfusia, there are many names, and they are really doing great job. But still, by my personal experiences, what I find out is still there are some let's say stagnation, just like when somebody says, okay, what is this T stands for? It is transvestite? No. So just like, so what I'm trying to do, and just like what we are trying to do, is always just trying to first to make people to be aware, because people also have the tendency to be a bit like scared or skeptic to things that they don't know. So this is the first challenge we are trying to achieve, and also personally, because when I'm engaged to a conversation, I'm always just like, hold on, like, are you really just like, are you aware what you are talking about? Like, do you know what is the difference between sex and gender? So like, let's not mix them. So this is the first thing. The second part, I'm trying to again, like you mentioned about my bio, is just like trying to make this connections across different organizations or different groups, because from my professional and personal experience, that when you are having a stronger network, it really helps, especially in such a sensitive topic, or let's say controversial. Sorry, like some people will not maybe like my word about the controversial, but something that is just like very open for discussions, hotly debate, especially today, where it became even a election card. So just having such a network, again, not to maybe just like to influence something, but just to make the people to be aware. I mean, when I'm talking about love is love, it's not an ideology or anything else. It's just like simply saying that, like, I love you, she loves her, period. So this is the message that I'm trying to do. Also, at the same time, I'm trying to support the organizations when they are having such great events like yours during the Pride Month. You are just like inviting several people and giving us a platform that we can reach out to people. So in such things, I'm trying to be a part, but mainly the education and sharing this knowledge, and also like trying to become a predominant ally in a sense, because I wanted to really just like maybe I will be a bit honest also. I'm still a bit just like, how to say, need to make some calculated moves in a sense. I will be very honest, because just like I'm still carrying this foreigner badge on me. So just like when I'm talking on certain topics, I'm just like, first, of course, being hit by the foreigner, and then just like, why you are supporting the LGBT ideology and stuff. But what I'm trying to do is, again, just like, at least from the foreigner community, which are mostly connected, so trying to make sure that this topic is very well being recognized, and people feel comfortable and secure. So trying to just like take them in such conversations, or when an event has been organized, I'm trying to just like invite them, take them. So such things. I mean, not much of difference, very less than what you are doing in a sense, but I'm trying to just like, again, trying to bring it to the normal, because really what we are all trying to do is, it's just like, this is the normal. I mean, the rest of just like creating all this ideology and everything is just, this is the fabricated part. That's what I'm doing.
That's great. We got the question, Dorota. How would you explain to other corpus why is it worth to have the Pride networks within the firm? Okay,
so very good question. First of all, there are two ways to explain it. Just like the how to say, one is what I feel away, or the other one is just like what the corporation would hear it. very straightforward. I will start with this: what the corporation would like to hear it: profit, because it is as day and night clear that diversified, inclusive teams do better. I mean, this has already been defined. This is a scientific fact. If you are going to be just like closing your market, your services, your product only for one particular group, or buy also one particular group, you are going to be already missing just like what the other groups and what the other needs are requested. And what is more important is, again, just like the diversity, inclusion is really boosting the productivity. So this is the, let's say, the major point, because again, I will be a bit honest on that. Just like at the end of the day, the numbers are really important, especially in the corporations where you are just like having a great coverage of geography. So just like you need to be sure that you are always on the plus. And this is the right way to show the plus. I mean, the more you include different groups, and especially like maybe let's look at on the pride side, where you make the people to say that, look, I don't give any toss about just like what you like, what is your gender identification, what is your identity in that sense. Come and work with me, we will do it together. You will just like express yourself, you are going to establish yourself professionally also. You will benefit, of course I will benefit also. And also just like this corporation should also create a safe environment for such kind of employees, because I mean, without giving example or like already known examples in the, just like we heard it in the last 6 months or 1 year period, just like those small instances happening in different big corporations. We also see that just like the employer is also trying to give this safe environment to the employee. And in this sense, this is really the benefit for them, because if I feel that I am accepted, if I feel I'm comfortable what I'm doing, so then what should stop me to give more? What should stop me to speak with my friend and just like, come on, let's work for us? Because really, just like, I mean, we have like the greatest float ever during the parade march. Just like, come, it's fun. Or just like, well, I can speak with my manager, just like how I met with my boyfriend, my girlfriend, my partner. So these things are just like, and then they also like creating this personal connection, just like, and saying, okay, I would be doing it more because this organization is giving me the opportunity to be myself. So coming back to the first, profit and the benefit, I mean, productivity is going to be increasing. That would be my answer. Sorry, it was a long answer.
Okay. Have you been discriminated against because of LGBT community?
Yes. I mean, as I mentioned to you, just unfortunately, I mean, because of, again, just like defending. I mean, defending, just like nobody maybe needs to be defended, but just like saying what is right for me. Mm-hmm. Let's say it this way to say, or like what is right in that sense, in that situation. So that happened, even partially happened here again. Like the discussion was my pleasure, Dorota. The discussion that I experienced here was rather just like more towards to my being not a Polish perspective, but I have been discriminated very straightforward, like almost even about to become a Jew back when I was living in Turkey, because just like I was just supporting the one Turkish organization, and just like simply I started to get being cut on certain things that I was being part of. Some of my friends just like said it, but "Oh, you are not gay. Why you are just like supporting them?" I said, "Yeah, huh? I mean, I don't understand what you are saying, and it doesn't mean that just like I'm gay or not. I'm. This is right, guys. Just like, I mean, you can say this, but they cannot. What is the difference between you and him or her?" So that was very unpleasant, but still, just like there is this benefit part. I'm not able to always do it, like trying to see the full part of the glass, or but that instance, for example, that happened in Turkey, just give me the boost about it, and saying, okay, like this is really an issue that I should be really working on. I mean, because I cannot close myself because of couple of, let's say, uneducated, or just like, let's say, closed-minded people. I mean, that should give me the power to work on it, and it worked this way. Here, thanks God, not straightforward yet. I got it, but just like, again, the instant that I had it over here, it was just like mainly for my being foreigner.
Okay.
That's it.
Thank you. What would you say to a young lesbian, young gay, young bi, trans, inter, as person who began to discover their psychosexual orientation and or gender identity?
Yeah, it's, look, the best is to be yourself. I mean, you should be out. Nobody, like, you shouldn't be first closed. That is really very important, because at that age, I mean, I'm also looking from myself, even if I haven't let's say the same topic kind of an experience, but closing yourself, trying to just like to be someone that you are not, is not a good thing in a long run. So you are definitely going to suffer from it. Yeah, it is really very hard. I mean, you go out and say that, "Mom, Dad, this is it. I like boys. I'm gay." It's really hard to say. It's just like fluid. But there is one thing very, very good. We have really very good resources, like your organization, like the other organizations that I mentioned. Just like, if you are really feeling that you may encounter something, or just like you don't know how to reach out, you can reach to those organizations, because even in this very difficult times, those organizations are even very much more valuable, because they will give you the place to breathe, and more importantly, just like this know-how, in a sense. It's like, okay, don't close yourself. Let's talk about it. There are ways that we can talk about it. We can come in with you. And also, it is very important is have your friends, okay? This is really very important. What I tell to you, like how I connected with LGBT communities, my friend who transitioned, that was really very hurting for me, because I could have been next to him, or next to her when she was transitioning, and that was really very hard for her. So like, this is also the important. I mean, you are very strong as an individual, no doubt about it, but you are stronger when you are with people. So that would be my message. But definitely, like, I mean, it's not bad to ask help from someone when you are just like, because it's a big step in your life. Come on, just like you are stepping out and making people, or giving the people to the floor to accept you first. So I think this is a big step. So it's fine to I don't know, have somebody just like to stand next to you when you are having a big step. Like, remember when you were a kid, you don't remember most probably when you were a kid, when you were taking your first steps, but there was generally just like some parents who were holding your hand. So this is the same point. And one last thing, I know I spoke a lot on this, but it is really very important that just like no matter what they think. You are who you are, and you are happy with who you are. Just that's it. There is a very, very nice saying by a very lovely lady. What was it? Shame didn't make anybody less gay. So that is the point. I don't give a toss. Be as you are. So that will be my suggestion.
Okay. Statistically, 67% young LGBT plus person have suicidal thoughts. What do you think we can do as a company to change it?
Yeah, it's again like this. Thank you for asking this. Just like right next to each other, these two questions. I think again like we need to be really creating this safe nets, if we say so, or like the not call centers, but just like this reachable solutions for those individuals, for those youngsters. Because again, like I'm living in Warsaw. Warsaw is a kind of more multicultural, more diversified. But let's think about like a small town connected to Lublin. That's a different environment, just like living with 2 million people and living with 2,000 people. So you are going to be more maybe like expressed. There are more like, let's say, conservative thoughts. There are more like rules that you need to follow. So that person is to have a chance to reach out. So I think we should be working out maybe a nationwide a connection, an easy way of communicating to each other and to reach our hands. And even today, like think about it. I mean, I'm still very surprised at just like what happened after this pandemic. But this pandemic also, in a sense, connected to us, correct? So like right now, there are zillions of different applications that can be downloaded to the phones, to the computers, or even online, that you don't need to install any application. So the infrastructure is working very well. Like whole of Poland is just like right now being educated through the internet. So why we have such an infrastructure, why we cannot, I don't know, create something like this? For example, just like I will just summing up. I found a very interesting app. It's called Be My Eyes. If you have ever heard about it, this is actually an application that you download to your phone, and a blind person can call you, turn on his camera or her camera, and just like ask you and say, like, "Oh, where is my pills?" And you are just simply talking to the phone, with the video coming out from the camera of the blind person, and then you are helping the person. So the same stories. I'm not, how to say, particularly specially being trained on this. Of course, suicide is a different story, so it should be trained. But I think such a network with such an easy application could be done. But we should be definitely opening the communication channels, that those youngsters, those people, not limit to the youngsters, just like overall, that they can reach, that they are not alone, they should be heard, even if there are like so much difficulties out there, but they reach, they hear us, and we hear them. We hear them. We hold them. We don't let them to get into that abyss. So that would be my response.
Mm-hmm. Thank you. For decades ago, women, a few years ago, people with disabilities were fighting for their rights. What should change in law in Poland for the LGBT plus community?
I think we need to very immediate actions, or maybe even one. The legalization or the recognition of the same-sex partnerships, period. I mean, of course, this comments also open, just like we are also having very difficulties with the transgender. There are very, very hard way of just like changing your born sex onto the documentation, all those information. Yes, but those 2 points, I mean, legalization of or extending maybe the scope of the partnerships, the marriages. This is really very important because, again, like it's coming from my personal experience and what I spoke to you earlier. It really makes me feel very uncomfortable. Like, I mean, they want to marry, they cannot marry. They want to adopt, they cannot adopt. Like, what are you saying about it? Just like, I mean, this is nothing about the state to decide, even in a sense. I mean, I think this is the very first thing. And also connected with it, just like, I think adoption rights, this is also very important from my point of view, at least, personal point of view. But I think the very, very first thing that we should be focused. I mean, I really want to see that the Senate and the Parliament is going to be voting on this, just like same-sex partnerships is being recognized with the coverage of fully this legal rights. So that would be but again, like the way that you started your question. So like decades ago, the women rights. Couple of years back, 5, maybe a decade ago, like the rights of the disabled people. We are getting there. Look, I'm always telling one important thing, just like when I'm in a corporation connected again, when I'm just like attending a meeting, everybody says diversity is very important. Diversity is a choice. No, guys, diversity isn't a choice. Diversity is a fact right now. So from the same perspective, let's approach it. Same-sex relationships, or let's call it same-sex relationships, or this way, the freedom on gender and how this is being executed is a fact. We are not going to go back to the Middle Ages. Like, I mean, but of course, it will take time. For us, it will take maybe additional 10 years. For another country, it will take additional 50 years. But let's agree on this. This is a fact. Also, whatever we are experiencing outside is also a good example of it. I mean, if this is being a topic that is being discussed on very high people, so they already just like seeing that this is fact. This is not just like a bubble that is going to burst. If somebody is coming out and not using it as a tool in an election, in a political discussion, or in an economic discussion, etc., this is already there. So this is actually a gain. But of course, I mean, we will get there. I mean, I really just like saying it's not what if, it's just when. The problem is the when.
Thank you. What do you think about equality marches and equality parade in Poland?
I love them. I really love them. I mean, especially Parada Równości. Just like, I mean, since 2011, if I'm not mistaken. If I am mistaken, I'm really sorry about this. It's just like only volunteers doing this. This is great, and especially look at last year. We had so many parades all around Poland, despite the fact that we had difficulties. We had really very unfortunate instances, but still, I mean, again, like this is a bit connected with the 2 questions or 3 questions before also. Like again, like I mean, even having in a small town or small city, like Białystok, in a sense small, but still, this is just like being there, just walking, just marching and showing that just like I am who I am. I accept you who you are, and I'm expecting you will accept me who I am also. I'm not trying to do anything to you. I'm just like wanted to walk and cheer up and dance because I'm just like experiencing or showing my own feelings. So from that side, like, I think this is really very important. But also at the same time, I think we need to do a bit more on this, especially maybe at the corporation level, since at the end of the day, I'm mainly, focused on that part. we are very much of focusing on the Warsaw, which is obvious, just like because thousands of people are coming. But I think we should be really supporting those small ones also, because this is really important. And just like having this this parades, this gives people a chance to share their sounds, I mean, their voices. Imagine that 364 days you are just like always being closed, and you need to be just like be in that norms. And one day, even like not one day full day, it's 3 hours, 4 hours time. You just like wanted to be show all the colors, show the rainbow flag. So this gives us the people this freedom point, and I think it's we must support more. Also I think for the again like the smaller towns, it's like this parade is also very important way of those NGOs who are engaged on the local level, maybe not to survive but to show their presence. This is also a bit connected what you asked about the suicidal point. So like by having a pride march in Torun, an NGO working on the LGBT topics in Torun will be visible, and 16 years, 15 years girl who was having difficulties with her gender or with her choice would be able to see it over there, and just like, okay, maybe I will Google and here you are. So just like it also connects. This is what I think.
Mm-hmm. Dorota, the other question.
Oh, okay.
I probably know the answer, but could you share with us why being an ally is important?
Okay. Can we take just, I don't know, like I guess to this meeting, so we can call you Dorota. Thank you very much for this. Just like this is really a good question. And why it is important is just like, look, again, I'm a social scientist, and from, let's say, give it a historical point, like the Allied forces won the war. I mean, like this also really speaks because look, an ally is really a pillar in all the LGBT topic, because ally is not within that norm, if you say so. Within that norm in the meaning of just like fitting in the traditional setup. But if it didn't even fitting in this traditional setup, ally is standing up and saying that just like, hold on guys, I mean, yes, I am straight ally, but it doesn't stop me to recognize that just like a lesbian couple's family bond or feelings as real as my feeling. So again, just what we have been discussing it earlier, like people have the tendency to fear or be skeptic on things that they don't know. So by being an ally and showing your ally, showing your, let's say, dedication or just like knowing it, you're also a bit informing this other skeptic potential allies and saying that, okay, this guy has 2 kids also, married with this woman. Okay, if just like thinking and working on this, attending to the parade march, maybe this is not really bad. Maybe I can do it. Even just like one person will see, and one person started to change, you really gain it. Look, I have this just like really personal experience. This, I mean, I was working with an individual just like was very traditional based, raised in a traditional base, and first when I just like openly been engaged on this, and then just like was not very sure about what is going on, even like asked me the question, I was just like, come on, like I know you're married just like with a woman, so like what is are you trying to like cheat the authorities? Even like this question came out, but nevertheless. But then just like trying to talk with it and saying that just like, no, be an ally. Like you don't need to be to be gay, to be lesbian, to be bisexual, queer. You to support someone, to show their feelings, to allow somebody to be themselves, or not to allow them, to let somebody to be themselves. And 6 months later, we had again a similar conversation, and that's just really the help. And he really accepted this point. And just like, I'm really glad that just like you were there and you showed me this. So allies have this power, if they say so. I mean, just showing expanding the message of the this is normal. I mean, there is nothing so-called weird about it or ideological about it. This is it. So an ally is going to be showing it. I'm a straight ally and I'm a straight supporter of the LGBT. So this statement is going to be shared with bold letters, because they are not going to be also be like face on this, let's say, stereotyping, like he's talking about the gay rights because he's gay. He wants to be just like have fun with his boyfriend. No, this is nothing about it. So ally is going to be addressing those questions, those stereotypes, very straightforward. That would be my answer.
Thank you.
Sorry
for your question. What other question could I ask you, Nuri?
My birthday, what time is it? It's up to you.
Okay, so the last
Just
one.
ask it.
What is your message on Pride Month?
Well, that's a very tough question. I will again just refer to lovely singer. Nah, I don't. I wanted to say again, like shame doesn't make anybody less gay, but I mean this is very very basic. I will just like maybe a bit connecting with also an experience that I had. I attended to a wedding in Poland, and it was a church wedding. The priest was talking about love, 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 and I was just like thinking, okay, like if the person just like if priest is going this way, and then I think this is going to go in a good way. But of course, I was a bit just like spoke very fast, and it didn't like only the love between the man and woman, blah blah blah. So I'm not going to just like how to say so much on this, because more or less we all know about what's going to come up afterwards. But what has just like slapped on my face again? I mean, this is very basic. It's a very basic feeling. It's like you want to eat something, you want to drink something. This is as basic as it is. And the Pride Month, at least just like for a month, we are just like very boldly coming out and saying that just like, this is my month. This is my rainbow. Take it. Or you don't want to take it, just leave it. I mean, like we this is the bold month in a sense. So like, and I'm proud to be just like saying that like I have the opportunity to walk with you, just like to attend those meetings in this instance. From this perspective, it's really very important for me. I mean, we should be even like make it. I hope that one day we will see it just like maybe just like one day, just one particular day, we will be also seeing all the flags of rainbow hanging next. No, why not hanging next to the Polish flag? And that says, because we really like our flag, we really like to show it. This is also a way to show it. And again, like, some people can call me just like romantic. Some people call me just like you are imagining, and I say, yes, I'm imagining in there, but still, the Pride Month gives me this just like this positive thinking, if you say so. And I know that like after this meeting, I will open Tefan 24 or Tefan Warsaw, and I'm going to say this like, oh my God, just what the heck is going on? But still, this is month of June. This is a Pride Month, and I'm going to celebrate it. I hope that everybody is watching also doing it.
That's great. Nuri, thank you very much for your view. Thank you for having you here, and I wish you the best.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much for giving me this opportunity. So we'll be in touch. Have a lovely rest of the day, and thank you. Have a Pride Month, everyone. Bye.
Yeah. Bye-bye.
Bye.